Joining us now is OjyOkpe, with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinex. Good to have you back.
Thank you. I had to laugh. I forgot how good that sounds. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Perfect. Good morning. You look wonderful.
Okay,
I have to commend you.
Good to have you back. We definitely missed you.
Yeah, perfect.
When it was very hot.
It was too hot for me to be away. Good morning, Rufai. How are you?
Oji, we missed you.
Yeah?
Glad you are back.
I'm happy to be back too. Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari departed Abuja, the country's capital, over the weekend to attend the 5th United Nations Conference on the least developed countries in Doha, Qatar. The president's visit follows an invitation by the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The conference, themed From Potential to Prosperity, holds once in a decade and runs through Thursday, the 9th of March. Then, the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Beth Leonard, has criticized the results of the presidential elections held on February 25th, stating that it is clear that the electoral process failed to meet the expectations of Nigerians. The ambassador also acknowledged that the people of Nigeria demonstrated their dedication to democracy on election day and commended those celebrating victories they believe were hard fought and well earned, while highlighting that many Nigerians are angry and frustrated with the presidential election results. Under sports, Liverpool strikers produced a blistering second-half display to humiliate Manchester United 7-0 in their English Premier League clash at the Anfield Stadium on Sunday. Liverpool triumphed with the trio of Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, and Darwin Núñez scoring braces before Roberto Firmino added the 7th goal to consign Manchester United to their heaviest defeat since 1931. The riveting game also saw Mohamed Salah become Liverpool's all-time top scorer in the Premier League after netting his 129th goal for the club. Finally, under entertainment, comedian Chris Rock finally gave his rebuttal in a forceful stand-up special over the weekend, streamed live on Netflix, in which the comedian bragged that he took Will Smith's infamous Oscar slap like former Filipino professional boxer Manny Pacquiao. The 58-year-old comedian made the comment as he performed his first stand-up special since last year's Oscars, stating that the slap still hurts, and in that moment, he got summertime ringing in his ears.
You know, anybody that says words hurt has never been punched in the face.
Let's begin what's trending, discussing reactions trailing the assurance given by the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, over the weekend, in which he stated that the bimodal voter accreditation system will run optimally during the March 11th governorship and state assembly elections. Mahmood also admitted that there were hitches with the technology during the presidential and national assembly elections on February 25th, leading to criticism of the electoral body and rejection of the results by the opposition parties, but that the commission has intensified the review of the technology to ensure that glitches experienced, particularly with the upload of results, are rectified.
The planning for the election was painstakingly done. However, its implementation came with challenges, some of them unforeseen. A lot of lessons have been learned. As we approach the governorship and state assembly elections, we must work harder to overcome the challenges experienced in the last election. Nothing else will be acceptable to Nigerians. All staff found to be negligent, whether they are regular or ad hoc officials, including collation and returning officers, must not be involved in the forthcoming elections.
Well, Nigerians reacting to Professor Mahmood Yakubu's statement pulled up various videos in which he gave the same assurances on several occasions.
Let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back
on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, or voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people.
Major candidates in the elections are already complaining. We had one say the other week that you don't have the capability to transmit the votes once they are voted, to transmit the results electronically.
Well, I don't know
database.
I don't know who said so, but look at what we have done. We did the pilot in August 2020 at Nasarawa State in central Nigeria when we conducted a by-election in state constituency. And since then, we piloted the transmission of results in 105 constituencies nationwide, including major governorship elections. We did it in Anambra, we did it in Ekiti and Oshun, we also did it in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, some of them may be small elections in the Nigerian context, but the state with the least number of registered voters in places where we transmitted election results is Ekiti. But Ekiti has more registered voters than Gambia and Cape Verde put together. So we are happy with the pilot that we have conducted, and we are reasonably confident in the strength of the processes.
I mean, even in rural areas.
The machine on election day doesn't rely on the internet to accredit voters. It works offline. Now, when it comes to transmission of results, that's where you need network. But if there is no network in the immediate vicinity, the scanned image of the polling unit level results, which is taken using the BVAS, will be transmitted as soon as the staff move from the polling units to the collection centers. And we have been working with the major telecom companies in Nigeria, and we are satisfied that the number of blind spots can be addressed in the country, and the number of blind spots where you have no network is really small. But what we have been doing is to upload the scanned images of polling unit results. And the same hard copy is given to party agents at polling units on election day. And I've consistently asked candidates and politicians to compare the results on the IRF portal with the hard copies brought by their polling agents from the polling units. And I asked them if there were discrepancies. It's 99.99% accurate. And the results are still there on the IRF portal.
99% accurate, Rufai. That's what he said. Well, let me take a tweet from Nigerian Citizen who wrote, I think the Constitution should be amended for INEC Nigeria. I think the position of INEC chairman should not be an appointment by the executive, but should be an elective position to be elected by Nigerians, just like every other election. It will help strengthen its independence. Well, Rufai, guess what?
Yeah.
In the meantime, the News Agency of Nigeria reports that the Independent National Electoral Commission says it will on Monday approach the appeal court for an order to allow it reconfigure its bimodal voter accreditation system for the March 11 State Assembly elections. Many Nigerians have shared mixed reactions, but let me take Rufai's reaction to that particular story. People are saying, why do they want to reconfigure the BVAS at this point? And people are saying it will take a long time to do that.
Okay, so the very first thing, I think concerning the INEC chairman and a couple of videos you've played,
Yes.
and him coming out to say there were flaws, it pretty much reminds me of the song of Inkemowa, popularly known as Ukwa. And it's a very important song. He says, agreement is agreement, yo. It don't reach you for settlement. You can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo. That's my reaction to all the videos. It was an agreed thing. You went to Chatham House to say it. You said it everywhere in the world. Why are you now telling us all of this when it's the time for you to be able to settle it? And now we're hearing all sorts. You have come out to say the process was flawed. A lot of people told you that, please, if you see that you don't have confidence in the process, some of the things have not come in, why don't you delay announcement of the results to get every factor right? And concerning that tweet, Oji, I do not think you need to elect the INEC chairman. I think the problem is the strength of the institutions. That's where the problem lies. So the question is, if the Constitution says that it is the commission that will review, till date, are we saying that the commission, which is also filled with other people in INEC, have not been able to review what happened in the election and come out with a report, even as to what even happened to the BVAS machine or the IREF, the technical glitch itself? So it is the strength of institutions, and that's why I think now Nigerians should start looking, at who even becomes rec in INEC, who grows up the ladder. Because it is when you get strong institutions right. You see, if INEC, we get INEC right as a very strong institution, you will not care who is the head of INEC.
Yes.
The reason why we're scared who is the head of INEC is because we've not gotten strong institutions right. The question I keep asking you is, who is the head of Electoral College in America? Has anybody even bothered to say, oh, we want to know who is the head of Electoral College? No. Because the institutions have been gotten right.
Yes.
So INEC now saying he wants to go to court to retweak its BVAS.
At the 11th hour.
This time, was it also part of the agreement and the guideline that after every elections, BVAS will be retweaked? Is it not the same register that will be used? Please, I might be in nepios on this matter, so please correct me. I might be wrong in my assumptions. I don't shy away when I'm wrong.
All right.
Maybe you have to educate me. So is it that there must be an upgrade, or the same information pre-stored on the BVAS that has to do with the interface of the register and all of that, is that it's no longer in use of? Because we don't really know, what is happening. And is it not just one accreditation that happens that you give people 3 different ballot units? So why are the polling stations changing?
I don't know.
And INEC should also tell us why out of 176,000 polling units, 9 days after the election on the IRF portal, it's still 162,000. Because as far as I'm concerned, the election has not been concluded if all the pollings have not been uploaded. And if there's a shortfall, I think be able to tell us what is the reason for the shortfall. Those are the reports we want to get.
The reasons for the shortfall is the biggest issue. This INEC glitch, this BVAS glitch that they complained about. A lot of videos that were circulating over the weekend, especially from Rivers State. There was a woman who said that they found, the ballot papers in the bush. There was an INEC official who actually said that the BVAS was not working, it was not transmitting results. Let's just quickly play those videos really quickly before I come to you, Ayo, and Dr. Abati.
It's been found in the bush, which is not supposed to be. A student found this EC84 in the book. Yes, you can see. Imagine election.
Open the other one.
Okay, imagine something is going on and this form is in the bush. So which one are they submitting? This was the one that everybody saw. Everybody saw as their result in the polling unit. But at the end of the day, it's being thrown away. So this is what we are fighting for. God bless you. Please, we are not doing protests again. We are going back to our various homes. And God bless you to come out. And for the reason why you come out, God will give it to us in Jesus' name. Go and pray in your various homes. There's nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do does not exist.
Please, my people, make una listen to us. I am a presiding officer in my polling unit is 028. Here in Abia State, all the election we did today, the presidential results is not going. And that was the first one we've been trying, but others are going. And we've been trying this for over 2 hours.
To upload it.
We have used different internets. And I have used different internets to see if I can upload this, but it's not going. And if anybody in this our polling unit that is telling you is going, I will quote that person very wrong.
Those guys are doing it offline.
They are doing it offline.
So
that you people can free them to go. It's not the way, please. I must say the truth. And the truth. Everything that these guys are doing here.
Well, let us take a tweet from Sama Madi, who wrote, "Hell, free and fair elections. OjyOkpe local government area results in INEC portal. LP 70,000, APC 12,000. Meanwhile, INEC announced something different. APC 80,000, LP 3,000. Just one local government in Rivers State. Oh, see how Tinubu won Rivers State. Is this true? Please, let's cross-check. Dr. Bati.
Well, I mean, it's not in our place to announce INEC results. It's INEC that announces the results. But this is why the political parties have recourse to the courts. And the main job that they have before them is to provide concrete evidence before the court without prejudice to the outcome of the court process. So anybody who has any evidence, the place to go is, the tribunal, the Court of Appeal, acting as the tribunal in presidential election matters, and to provide the evidence there. And I'm sure that their lordships, will act on the basis of the evidence that is provided before them. So it's for the lawyers to do their due diligence. That's one. Number two, should anybody be surprised that, Professor Yakubu Mahmood has been very good at talking? What INEC has done is a very good illustration of the fact that talk is cheap.
Yes.
And in Nigeria, whether it's election or security or the economy or any aspect of our lives, our leaders are victims of that aphorism that talk is cheap. They say things they don't mean. They assure you, we are always being assured every day. we have been assured, if you count it over 1,000 times. Since God knows,
I'm telling you, he has a lot more.
Since God knows when, but these assurances are never backed by evidence or action. The third point is that, look, being INEC chairman, from what history has shown us in this country, is a graveyard of reputations. And Professor Yakubu Mahmood may well discover that his reputation may not recover from INEC exercise. Because, again, he continues to tell Nigerians that those glitches were unforeseeable. What kind of talk is that? The explanation given by Festus Okoye was that, these technical glitches occurred because we have moved from off-cycle election to a major general election. Okay, common sense will tell anybody that, in fact, those glitches were foreseeable. And we were told, immediately after the election of February 25, that the engineers were working on it.
Yes.
Okay, this is 9 days after. Those engineers, are they importing them from outer space? Have they not arrived to work on the so-called glitches? So 9 days after, that is when INEC now wants to go to court to seek the leave of court to reconfigure the beavers. Well, talk is cheap.
This is the impunity we're going through. Well, Ayo, in the same vein, though, the governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Lagos State, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, following attacks from people who believe that he does not qualify to govern the state, said he's an original Lagosian and the true son of his father, who's a lawyer, Olawale Rhodes-Vivour. Rhodes-Vivour was also reacting to those who said that he was born out of wedlock and not raised by his father. Gbadebo, in a statement, reiterated, and I quote, "I am a Lagos boy, an Omo Eko proper, no doubt. To those doubting my Yoruba pedigree, I advise you to read Lagos history. If as a Lagosian, you don't know the Rhodes-Vivour family pedigree and our stellar contributions to the development of Lagos, go and check." Well, in Lagos, you've seen that video of those thugs. Let's just quickly play that video of people that have been attacking Labour Party supporters.
Oh my God, this is Lagos, eh? I'm telling you, tell your governor, whatever you are, or be anything, Labour, Toba Binyure, Ewadibo from Labour Leko. This is Lagos, oh. This is Lagos. Shenolori Ibuni, eh? Tribalism kill you there. If them born you people well, come and vote for Labour in Lagos. It's either Sanwo-Olu or nobody. Labour for this Lagos, Ema Labour Kuni. Eh, Nishori, you this tribal bigot. Come vote! Say that Gbadebo in name. If them boy your mama well, come the Lagos State governor. Ever show football.
I thought it was important to show this man's face on television so that the police will arrest him. What is this?
I hope you can. I'm trying to sustain the shock and the disgust on my face having watched that video. It's interesting he says this tribal bigot. I was like, are you for real? Are you being serious? The truth is that why is GRV, Gbadebo Rhodes-Vivour, under the radar or under such scrutiny? Because his mom is from Igbo, or is Igbo, and from the Igbo part of Nigeria, eastern part of Nigeria. And so people have started bringing up his records and trying to prove his Nigerianness, such that the hashtag Lagos Island Boy had said to trend to show that he's actually from Lagos Island, from the Rhodes-Vivour family of Lagos Island. Thankfully, earlier, Dr. Batia talked about tracing his ancestry down 400 years. Okay, it's quite a shame that we allow people like this who feel bold enough not to even cover or hide their faces or even their voices, get a voice disguiser to change their voices. They're bold enough to speak out this way. You know why? Because the people who spoke out in the past, nothing has been done. What has happened to the man from Surulere who said that anyone who is voting for another party was going to be sent out? What happened to the Oba of Lagos when he said that they were going? You know, these things have been happening for a long time, and it's quite unfortunate. I hope Nigerians will be sensible and wise enough not to vote along ethnic lines and resist any kind of division ethnically.
Well said. Well said, Ayo.
In this same country, Umaru Altine, a cattle trader from Sokoto, was the first mayor of Enugu Municipal Council. And from 1952 to 58, in that same Enugu, there was a man called Babasule. Babasule was also from the north. He was the leader of the stranger movement of Enugu in Ibadan. Bagudu, who later became Waziri Nupe, was a member of the Ibadan Municipal Council.
Thank you, Dr. Batia.
Ajeromi Falonu Badagri was represented in the Western House of Assembly in 1958 by Ebubedike. The man's name was Ebubedike. Now, look at many years later, right here in Lagos, we're playing the politics of ethnicity. And by the way, there is no such thing as his mother had him out of wedlock. No. There are no illegitimate children in Africa. Every child has a father and a mother. No child in Africa is illegitimate.
It's when people can't talk about development, they go to ethnicity. That's just it. Please don't fall for it. Cheap tactics.
Thank you.
The people that are shouting, where are they for themselves? Where are they from?
Thank you all for your great analysis as always on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.